This is my review of Ray Tramontin Company tile installation, or granite installation. I bought granite through Ray Tramontin and had him fabricate this terrible mess that's turned out to just be overwhelming. It was going to be our showcase and now it's just a mess. Let me show you some examples here. First of all, this seam should be virtually unnoticeable, and it's very rough and you can actually see the seam very well. But here, regardless, you probably can't see with the camera, so I'll show you with a piece of paper. The seam is so rough, the paper just, you can hear it, just stops right there. There are many problems. Here's one where the size of the granite wasn't the same all the way across. It should have it should have the same overhang in every part of the granite. This section here is over an inch. It's about 1.25 inches. So if I push it in, you can see the inch, and then I go in another 1/4. If you go over to this side over here, it's only 3/4 of an inch. That should be the same all the way across. So you can see how actually the drawer sticks out a little bit more on this side because of that. So I'll go underneath, and you see where there's an inch. It doesn't even go to the inch. It's only about 3/4 of an inch. The backsplashes were cut incorrectly. This one was cut too long or too tall, so they had to take it back to recut it. And then on this side over here, it was cut too short underneath the tile, and that space right there is pretty large and will not look good with caulk. There's just no way to caulk that big of a gap. And to show you other cuts that were done wrong, the cut of the granite backsplash on this side was wrong too, and therefore we can't put the bar top on. So the granite backsplash was supposed to go here, and then the bar top was supposed to go on top of it. Well, we can't do that because the holes for the switch plates were cut too big. See how that's oversized? It's cut too big for the switch plate to cover it. And then the sink was cut incorrectly. That fell right inside there. The sink was cut incorrectly. This is an undermount sink. We gave them the sink to measure, and it is not undermount. It's got a big lip right across here where food and water can get in there. It can get all gunky over time. It should be an undermount where it's basically flush or under the side of the sink. This is virtually undermount here. So this is where it should be all the way around. And it's kind of that way along here, but not back to over here. It gets a little lip again. And of course this big lip back here. And then on either side there's big chips on the underside here where I can stick my finger in there on either side, and food particles and water can get stuck in that too. There's chips on the corners in about 3 or 4 places. There's one left here that they didn't repair. It's right there. It is. You can't probably see it with the camera, but it's right there. And then they repaired probably 3 other chips. One of them being over here where it's kind of discolored. You can see kind of the discoloration here. So it didn't. I guess it'll better than having a chip. But there's one chip that looks like it's going to fall right out. That's back over here, and I should have shown you when I was showing you the seam. This one here, see that crack right there? It looks like a piece came out of that when they put this seam together, and then they just probably glued it back in. Anyway, that'll probably pop out again, according to the other granite guy we had take a look at all this and said it's unfixable and ruined. The underside also is very rough. He said it'd probably chip again because it should have been at least smooth, not smooth like the top, but at least smoothed over. But it's a nightmare. I mean, what beautiful granite that we have here should have been our showpiece, and it's just ruined. We're asking them to pull it out, and I don't know if they will or not. But that's my review of Ray Tramontin Company and the job that they did for us.